Hi everyone, we are excited to share our research on the bubble gas tragedy, one of the world's worst industrial disasters. I'm Lin and this is Emo, Scarlett, and Eni. Together we will walk you through what happened, why it happened, and what we can learn from it.
So I will introduce our first recommendation: respond positively to pressure groups. This recommendation focuses on responding to external groups like local communities, NGOs, and government agencies. They should actively listen to public demands and work hard to solve problems. It needed to care for the physical and mental health of the victims, offer better financial support, and improve employee welfare policies. Besides that, the company should share safety information openly and regularly so that the public can keep track of how things are going.
So here are the key steps we will take to carry out the plan. First, we will focus on public response and communication. That means creating a crisis response team, setting up a hotline and website, and holding regular community meetings. Next, we will support the victims by offering free medical and psychological care, giving fair compensation, and helping with daily living support. Third, we will improve employee welfare and safety. This includes better pay and insurance, regular safety training, and operating equipment. Finally, we will ensure transparency by publishing safety reports, using third-party audits, and launching a public transparency portal online. Now, let's talk about who is in charge of each task. For public response and communication, the public relations department will take the lead. Victim support will be handled by the legal and compliance department. The HR and the safety department will focus on employee welfare and safety. And finally, the IT department, together with compliance, with managing transparency and public oversight.
Here's a quick look at our timeline. In the first 3 weeks, we will form the crisis response team and launch the hotline. By the end of month 1, we will hold our first community meeting. Medical and mental health support will start in week 2, followed by compensation and distribution in month 2. From month 3, we will begin safety upgrades and regular training. By the end of the quarter, we will release the first safety report and continue quarterly editors moving forward.
Despite our improvement, we cannot avoid 3 potential problems. The first is that human error is inevitable in critical situations. Secondly, the equipment needs long-term maintenance to ensure normal operation, and there may be automations. Thirdly, there are potential bugs that can cause the system features.
For the second recommendation about technical improvements, we suggest that company upgrade its safety systems. They must invest in fixing and upgrading important technologies that were removed and never installed to save money. For example, they should install gas purifiers to clean leaking toxic gases, set up automated emergency shutdown systems to stop accidents quickly, and build better monitoring systems to spot problems early and prevent disasters.
I will walk you through the key steps we need to take to improve land safety. First, we assess the current risks and equipment, checking for updated or missing systems and identifying high-risk areas. Then we analyze the cost versus benefits, comparing upgrade costs with potential accident losses, and highlighting long-term savings. Next, we plan the upgrades by prioritizing urgent systems and setting clear timelines and budgets. After that, we partner with certified suppliers to ensure we get reliable, safe equipment. Finally, we train staff and run regular emergency drills to keep everyone prepared. Now let's talk about who's responsible for each task. The safety department will assess current risks and equipment. The finance department will handle the cost-benefit analysis. The engineering department will plan the upgrades. Partnering with satisfied suppliers will be managed by the technique department. And finally, the HR and the training team will take care of staff's training and emergency jobs.
Here's a quick overview of our timeline and locations. In month 1, we will exercise risks on site at plant. From month 1 to 2, the finance team will do the cost-benefit analyze at the office. Upgrades will be planned by engineering during months 2 to 3. Supplier selection happens in months 3 to 4, mostly at vendor location. Finally, staff training and the drills will take place on site during months 4 to 5. Ongoing audits will continue after that, both on site and externally. Let's break down the key cost components you need to consider. First, on capital costs. The upfront investment in physical equipment and infrastructure. Next, installation and engineering cost expenses related to system setup and integration. Then training cost, preparing your staff to effectively use and maintain the new system. Well, maintenance and operational costs are the ongoing expense required to keep everything running smoothly. And finally, complaints and satisfaction cost, ensuring the system meets all legal and industry standards.
After a company faces these problems, it will first case the trust crisis of the company and affected the long-term reputation. Secondly, it makes victims feel neglected and unfair. Thirdly, the conventional lack of power leads to inefficiency oversight systems.
That's our team's detailed advice and risk analysis on the Bhopal gas leak. Thank you for listening.